গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়ন ববে নীরা, আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদে করুণ হইবে, বিষয় চলিয়া কবে শুদ্ধ হবে মন, কবে হাম হেরব শ্রী বৃন্দাবন, রঘুনাথ পদে হইবে আকুতি, কবে হাম বুঝব সে যুগল প্রীতি, রূপ রঘুনাথ পদে রাহু মোর আশ, প্রার্থনা করে সদা নরোত্তম দাস, গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়ন ববে নীরা, গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়ন ববে নীরা, আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদে করুণ হইবে, সংসার বাসন্ন মোর কবে তুচ্ছ হবে, সংসার চরিয়া কবে শুদ্ধ হবে মন কবে হাম হেরব শ্রী বৃন্দাবন রূপ রঘুনাথ পদে হইবে আকুতি কবে হাম বুঝব সে যুগল প্রীতি রূপ রঘুনাথ পদে রাহু মোর আশ প্রার্থনা করয় সদা নরোত্তম দাস গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীরা গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীরা আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদে করুণ হইবে সংসার বাসন কবে তুচ্ছ হবে বিষয় চরিয়া কবে শুদ্ধ হবে মন কবে হাম হেরব শ্রী বৃন্দাবন রূপ রঘুনাথ পদে হইবে আকুতি কবে গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীরা। গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীরা। আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদে করুণ হইবে, সংসার বাসন্ন কবে তুচ্ছ হবে, বিষয় ছড়িয়া কবে শুদ্ধ হবে মন, কবে হাম হেরব শ্রী বৃন্দাবন, রঘুনাথ পদে হইবে আকুতি, কবে হাম বুঝব সে যুগল প্রীতি, রূপ রঘুনাথ পদে রাহু মোর আশ, প্রার্থনা করয় সদা নরোত্তম দাস, গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে ববে নীরা।
Hare Krishna, my dear devotees. My sincere Dandavat pranams to all. This is Akshaya in your humble service. Let us start the session by praying to the Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarupyasya kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. For today's session to come out successful, let us seek the mercy of Bhagavan Krishna by reciting the Mahamantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. To get the blessings of Guru Parampara and Krishna, now the Mangala Charan prayers would be recited by Deepa Menon Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Simple Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams to all. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Pradamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Saganaralita Shri Vishakhanvitam Shah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhya Kripasinduਭ्य Vicha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavati Pashatya Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Haribol Deepa Mataji, Hare Krishna. Next, we call upon Saudamani Chandra Mataji to indulge us in a soulful rendering of a Vaishnava Kirtan. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranams to all Matajis and Prabhujis. I'll be singing.
Mataji, Saudamani Mataji, you may switch on your video.
Mataji, I was not prepared. I didn't know I had to switch on the video. Is it okay if I sing with audio?
Oh, okay, Mataji, that's totally fine.
Okay, next time maybe.
Yes,
okay. Now I'll be singing Bhaja Hure Mana Sri Nanda Nandana by Govinda Dasa Kaviraja. Bhaja Hure Mana Sri Nanda Nandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare Bhaja Hure Mana Sri Nanda Nandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare Durlabha Manava Janama Satsange Durlabha Manava Janama Satsange Toro Hoi Bhava Sindhire Abhaya Charanara Vindare Sita Adapa बात भरी सन ये दिन जामिनी जागीरे शीत आतप बात भरी सन ये दिन जामिनी जागीरे विपल से विनो कृपण दूरजन विपल से विनो कृपण दूरजन चपल सुकल बल वीरे अभय चरण रविंदरे वेदन यौवन पुत्र परिजन इत की अच्छे पर पीते रे वेदन यौवन पुत्र परिजन इत की अच्छे पर पीते रे कमल दल जल जीवन तल मल कमल जल जल जीवन तल मल भजहु हरि पद नीति रे अभय चरण रविंद रे श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण वंदन पाद सेवन दास्य रे श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण वंदन पाद सेवन दास्य रे पूजन सखी जन आत्मनिवेदन पूजन सखी जन आत्मनिवेदन गोविंद दास अभिलाष रे जय चरण रविंद रे भजहु रे मन श्री नंदनंदन अभय चरण रविंद रे अभय चरण रविंद रे अभय चरण रविंद रे हरे कृष्णा माता जी थैंक यू
Wow, Saudavani Mataji. It was indeed a mini trip to Goloka Vrindavan. Hare Krishna Mataji.
थैंक यू हरे कृष्णा
Only by practicing what we are learning, we become more powerful. Now we'd call upon Lakshmi Venkat Mataji to conduct a small quiz on the chapters 5 and 6 rendered to us by our Kalanidhi Prabhuji.
Krishna Mataji's and all. कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन् मे भविता न मे तस्मात् अन्यप्रियतरो भुवि। There is no servant in this world dearer to me than who describes this secret of Bhagavad Gita to others. Will there ever be one more dear? Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, one reads the Bhagavad Gita, worships me with his intelligence. So dear devotees, what are you all waiting?
Mataji, your voice is slow, Mataji, and also your reading is not visible, Mataji.
You hear me? Can you hear me, Mataji?
Your voice is breaking, Mataji.
Should I repeat? Yes.
Mataji, yes,
Lord
Mataji.
Lord Krishna says Bhagavad Gita, one who reads Bhagavad Gita worships me with his intelligence. So dear devotees, What are we all waiting for? Participate in the quiz and discover Bhagavad Gita chapter.
Shall I move to the next slide, Mataji?
Not visible at all.
Hare Krishna Mataji, your voice is kind of breaking and the slide is visible to me, Mataji.
Oh, it is not. He has not started screen sharing. It is showing. Oh, now I got it. Got it now.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, move to the next
Yes, Mataji,
screen.
your video is seen now.
Yeah. Yes. Dear devotees, I think you all know the rules. That is, the devotee who answers the correct answer, he'll score 2. And if that person doesn't answer correctly, it will be passed on to the next devotee and that person will score 1. You all need to keep your score record and put it in the chat box. So let us start with enthusiasm. The first question is, who among the following is a follower of Karma Yoga? I think already Shivkumar Prabhuji has raised his hand. You may give the answer, Shivkumar Prabhuji. Prabhuji, can you hear me? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes. It is Shivkumar Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, you can give the answer.
I felt the answer is none of the above because Janaka Maharaja was referred, Ambarish Maharaja, I do not know whether he was referred in Gita.
I am sorry, Prabhuji. It is a wrong answer. We can move on to another person who can answer. Any other person who can answer? Any other devotee? Any other devotee who is ready to answer?
Ambarish,
Yes. Yes. Could you please tell your name, please?
Ambarish Maharaj.
Yes, right. What is your name? Kindly.
Saudamini.
Oh, very good, Mataji. Hare Krishna. You get, kindly keep the score, Mataji. You get 1 mark. Akshay Mataji, kindly reveal the answer also.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, that's right. Let us move on to the second question.
What do you understand?
What do you understand by the term Yukta Vairagya? A, using everything in the service of Krishna. B, renouncing everything including senses, mind, etc. C, performing work for material pleasures. D, all of the above. Kindly raise your answer, the hands, and give the answer, please. Yes, Vikas Kumar Prabhuji, kindly give the answer.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes. Kindly give the
answer will be A.
Very good. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
It is Vikas Kumar Prabhuji, is it?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Yes, very nice. Good. Next question. Mataji, kindly, next question, please, Mataji. Total number of senses in a human body. A, 10, B, 5, C, 11, D, 9.
11.
Kindly others also participate. Yes. Kindly give the answer. Who is the 3 hands up? Yes, Mataji, Usha Mataji.
5.
Yes, wrong, Mataji. That is not 5. Anybody else?
11.
10.
11.
10 Mataji.
No, 10 is also wrong. Who is the other one? Who
11.
said 11? Kindly reveal your name.
Saudamini.
Very good, Mataji. Again, you get 1. And Aishwarya Mataji, Akshay Mataji, sorry, kindly reveal the answer. Yes, 11, 5 for acquiring knowledge, 5 working senses plus mind. Haribol.
Oh.
This was told by Kalanidhi Prabhuji now and again. Yes, 4th question. A person situated in Brahman's realization, dash, A, remains happy within himself, B, is free from dualities, C, realizes God to be the basis of all creation, D, all the above. Yes, Raghavendra Prabhuji, you may answer.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna
D
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Yes.
D.
Yes, Akshay Mataji can reveal the answer. Yes, all of the above, D, that is. Haribol, Prabhuji, Haribol. You get 2 marks, Prabhuji. Yeah, we can move to the next question, Akshay Mataji. The metaphor lotus leaf through, though remaining in water does not become wet, means a renunciation of mind and senses, B, perfection in Ashtanga Yoga system, C, the material body when engaged in Krishna consciousness is beyond contamination by sinful reactions, D, all of the above. Kindly raise your hands. All of you participate kindly. It is not anything serious. Let us know how much. Yes, Saudamini Mataji.
C. The material body, when engaged in Krishna consciousness, is beyond contamination by sinful reactions. That is the answer, Mataji.
Yes. Akshay Mataji, kindly reveal the answer. Mataji, answer. C is the correct answer. Yes, Saudamini Mataji, you get 2. That is 2. Now your score is 4. Others also kindly participate. We'll move to the next question. The mind as described by Arjuna to Krishna. A, restless, turbulent, obstinate, strong, and difficult to control. B, becomes a friend for one who conquers. C, becomes greatest enemy for one who falls to control. D, option B and C. Yes. Yes, who is going to answer this?
Yeah, Mataji.
Very good, Prabhuji. Yes.
Yeah.
Akshay Mataji, kindly reveal the answer. Yeah. That is restless, turbulent, obstinate, strong, and difficult to control.
Difficult.
Haribol, Prabhuji. Haribol, Prabhuji. You get to
Thank you, Mataji.
7th question. What happens to an unsuccessful yogi who practices with faith? A, enjoys for a long time on higher planets and then born into a righteous aristocratic family. B, may temporarily fall but never fails. C, takes birth in a family of transcendentalists and tries to attain further process. All the above. Already the hands are up. Yes.
A, Mataji.
No, I'm sorry. Anybody else?
Oh, sorry, C.
Sorry, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes. Who was that?
All the above. D.
D. Who was the
C.
first?
Mataji,
D.
C. I didn't.
No, all D, Mataji. All of the above.
D.
Akshay Mataji, kindly reveal the answer. It is actually D, Mataji.
Oh,
Who
all
was that?
the.
I think
Okay.
Sujit Jana Prabhuji answered, or what? Who answered it first?
I answered second. I didn't answer first. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Hi,
Okay. Who was
Raghavendra
that?
answered first.
Oh,
Yes.
very good. Haribol Prabhuji. 2 plus 2, 4 again. Tie between Saudamini Mataji and Raghavendra Prabhuji. Haribol. Yes. Others also kindly participate. Let us move on to the 8th question. Which is the highest transcendental path? A, Sankhya Yoga, which leads to Karma Yoga. B, Bhakti Yoga. C, Jnana Yoga. D, Ashtanga Yoga, which leads to Bhakti Yoga. Yes, 5 hands up.
Bhakti Yoga.
Bhakti Yoga.
Bhakti
Yes.
Yoga.
Who was that? Saudamni Mataji, I think. First?
Bhakti Yoga. Yeah, I
Bhakti
said
Yoga.
Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah. Yes, it is 6 now. Haribol Mataji. Akshay Mataji, can reveal the answer also. Yeah, Bhakti Yoga. So that's why we are in this journey of reaching the Goloka Vrindavan. We are in the Bhakti Yoga, in this Kali Yoga. Yes, question number 9, Mataji. Let us move on to question number 9. The 7th Anga in the yoga ladder of Ashtanga Yoga. A. Pranayama. B. Dhyana. C. Dharana. And D. Samadhi.
D. Samadhi.
Wrong. Yes. Anybody else?
Dhyana.
No, wrong.
B. Dhyana. No, not correct.
No, Mataji. Hare Krishna. No, Mataji. Anybody else?
C. Dharana.
Kindly see Dharana. Yes. Is it Sujit Jana Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol Prabhuji. You get one. Hari Bol Prabhuji. Let us move on to the 10th one.
Soul is superior.
Soul is of superior nature, but is prone to dash. A. Illusion. B. Death. C. Sin. D. None of the above.
D. None of the above.
Illusion.
Yes. I
Illusion.
feel. Yes, let us take Akshaya Mataji, kindly reveal. None of the above is wrong. Prabhuji. Yes. A. Illusion. Hari Bol. Hari Bol Mataji. Yes. So we kindly keep up the score and just read it in the chat box. Really, everyone, all the devotees really participated with enthusiasm, and Haribol to all the Prabhujis and Matajis for participating. Thanks to Krishna's mercy and our senior Vaishnava's blessings who have been with us and who are with us throughout our journey. Haribol, Hare Krishna. Over to Akshaya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Lakshmi Mataji, for taking us through a quick recap on what we have learned so far. Now let's come into the important part of our session. We have a special and young devotee amongst us today. Hare Krishna. This is Kavya Muthukumaran Mataji. She is 19 years old and has been practicing devotional service from the age of 9. Hari Bol. Her parents are initiated disciples of H.H. Bhaktivika Swami Maharaj. She is currently pursuing Chartered Accountancy course. She is a passionate dancer who loves the dance form of Bharatanatyam. She loves preaching about Krishna consciousness and takes interactive sessions weekly for teenagers on the online platform. She is very sincere in following her daily sadhana of chanting, prayers, and arti. She has completed reading all the Prabhupada's book, Hare Krishna. She was the head girl of her school and has conducted Damodar Puja at her school. She continually engages herself in a lot of devotional seva and loves traveling to spiritual places and acquiring details of pastimes of the Lord. Hari Bol. Let's welcome Her Grace Kavya Muthukumaran Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Patsya Vyodesa Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumitam Dina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Nena Bhutale Swayam Rupagatham Bhatyam Tatati Swavadantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So first, I'm very happy to have joined this association of devotees, and even I attended the quiz. It was very nice. Thank you for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. I am not a very great devotee, but still I would like to share whatever I have experienced in these 10 years of devotion. And I would really like to talk about something which will inspire others so that they can also take up the path of devotional service. So as Akshaya has introduced, I'm Kavya, and currently I'm doing a chartered accountancy course. And just yesterday I had completed my exams. So now I'm 19 years old, and I have been practicing devotional service from the age of 10. So first we came to ISKCON when I was in my 5th grade. So initially what happened was, we stay here in Maremala Nagar, Chennai. It's near Chengalpet. So we had a small Bhakti Diksha center over here, and we were not aware of it. We were materialists. So suddenly one Mataji had come to our house to collect donations for Janmashtami. They had conducted a public program. So they were raising funds for it, and they had come to our house. So my mom and dad had initially visited Bangalore ISKCON temple. So they were very impressed. And when they got to know that there is a small center over here and they are conducting Janmashtami celebrations, so my mother and my parents had given the donation, and we went to attend the function. So they also said that every Sunday we conduct Sunday feast program, so you please join us. So our family is basically a very religious family. So we used to celebrate all the festivals, and we like our grandparents were with us. So every religious practices had taken place. So generally we had the devotion for God. So we went to the Sunday feast program, and our parents enjoyed it. But that time I was not a very like a very interactive person or a very enthusiastic person. Just for the sake that everyone in our family practices some form of devotion, I also used to go to the temple. Every festivals we used to celebrate. They used to tell me, say these shlokas. So every day I used to recite some shlokas of Ganesha, Shiva, and it was a normal life. So what happened? My parents first time when they had attended the class, they liked it very much. And what they did was, they said, okay, next week also we'll go to the same class. So I was like, no, we have to go out. We'll go out for a movie. But then they said, no, this is more nice than that. So they took me. Initially, for the first 2 to 3 months, I was like, every Sunday you are spending the time in the temple itself. You are not coming out. You are not coming for movies. You are not going for malls. All my friends are going. So I was like complaining and cribbing about it. But I really thank my parents, because from that time itself, they did not force me. They said, okay, 2 weeks we will go in a month. 2 weeks we will go for a Sunday program, and 2 weeks we will go out as usual. So this continued for some 6 months. So every 2 months, 2 weeks of a month, we used to go for the Sunday program, and other 2 weeks we used to go out. And slowly what happened was, I also started liking this process. And my story is not a very great, I really thank Krishna and Prabhupada, because I got the devotion without any effort myself. So first I was initially like very reluctant to take it up. But later I felt it was nice. The Kirtan, the Prasadam, and then what happened was, we came in the month of February. And in the month of May, the Mataji who is conducting the classes, she is Srimati Radha Leela Mataji. So she said, we are arranging a children's class program. So you please send your daughters. So my mother was like, okay, what will you do? What will you teach about in the class? So she said that we will teach about shlokas, stories, and then we will also have some games. So my cousins also had come. So we all attended the class together. And that was the time when I realized that something more interesting than the friends, movies, visiting malls and other places is present in this class. So I really thoroughly enjoyed that children's class program. It was a 10-day course. So, and each day was a learning for us. So we had competition amongst ourselves. Who will learn more of the shlokas? Who will recite it to the Prabhuji the next day? Who will remember the stories and the characters? So it was very interesting. So slowly We also learned many kirtans and bhajans, and that Mataji had taught us how to play kartal. So I really started enjoying it. And then slowly I started taking up chanting. I was not doing chanting all these days. So my mom and my dad were chanting. So I said, even I will chant from now on. So, okay, they were very happy and they bought me a bead bag and I started chanting one round every day. My mom said, if you start chanting one round, you must not give up that one round. You must not reduce it. So I was like, okay, from today I take up a promise, I will chant one round every day. So from that day onwards, I started chanting one round every day. Even when I go to school, I used to go take my bath, and after that I will come and I will sincerely do that one round of chanting every day. So it continued on. Then later here in Maremali Nagar Center, we got the wonderful association of His Grace Shri Giridhari Prabhu. You all might know him. He is the BTG head now, Bhagavad Darshan Back to Godhead. That is a Tamil magazine which is being produced in ISKCON. So he was the editor of it. And the Bhagavad Darshan office was established. It came up over here in Maremali Nagar Center. So then that was a time when I got involved into seva. There were a lot of seva. Like we had to put the books into the cover. We had to stick the labels for whom it has to be sent. So slowly I started taking up. So many brahmacharis were there and we got a lot of service. So I really thank that wonderful association, because in bhakti, whenever we have to develop, chanting alone, it's not possible. All the ABCD of bhakti should be practiced. Association should be there. So initially I got the association. Next was book reading. I got the small children's book which is present in ISKCON. So I started reading it and I really enjoyed it. So book reading was there. C was chanting and D was diet prasadam. And the association was also very strong over here. And we got the seva opportunity. So slowly I started doing seva. And then I could feel myself, like my interest in other things. Like every time whenever we go to school, this is a general problem we all face. Everyone in the class will say, have you watched this movie? It is coming up. So what is your plan to go out for the weekend? Where and all have you gone? So I was like, initially I used to feel very bad because I was feeling very shy and embarrassed to tell that every Sunday we go to ISKCON temple and we go and listen to bhajans, kirtan and lecture, and then we take the prasad and come home. So I used to, I generally say we stay at home. But later I started telling out, no, we go to a temple. So I invited my friends also. So slowly it was a very wonderful time. So my 5th standard, 6th standard, 7th standard, up to my 8th standard, it was packed with all these. We had kirtan programs. We had Janmashtami celebrations. We did a lot of book distributions over here. Every Sunday we used to have a Nagar Sankirtan. So slowly, my shyness of exposing that I am a part of a ISKCON had slowly gone up. And I used to boldly tell everyone, yeah, I go for Nagar Sankirtan. Yeah, I distribute books of Prabhupada. So I used to invite my friends also. So we used to sell books in the Chengalpet toll gate. So it was very nice. Later, when I was in 8th standard, I started taking up chanting of 4 rounds. Then we used to attend the Rath Yatra programs and we used to visit Chennai ISKCON. And in 8th standard was the first time I got an opportunity to visit Dham. So our first trip from ISKCON was when we went to Mayapur. We went with His Grace Dharapati Prabhu, and it was really a mind-blowing experience. I had never seen such a beautiful place like Mayapur. And the Ganges River, the temple of Mayapur, the atmosphere, the association of devotees over there, and all the pastimes. I was really thoroughly enjoyed that yatra. It was just a 5-day plan. So, but that yatra had a great impact on me. And it was after that I saw the devotees over there. There were so many Western devotees over there. who were wearing traditional attires and they were chanting. They used to sincerely attend the Guru Puja, Mangalarti. I watched them over for that 5 days, and I was like, they are able to do it, but being an Indian, you are not able to do it. So then I made up my mind. I will sincerely attend any one Aarti in a day. So my parents used to go to the Mangalarti in the Bhakti Vriksha Center, which used to happen. So what I did was I told them, from now on, I will do the Mangalarti at home and I will make the altar ready. So that seva, I got it. So every day I took up that seva, and every day in our home, if it was 6 o'clock or 6:30, that I did not check for the time, but I used to get the altar ready, keep flowers for the Lord, and then we did Aarti. Me and my sister, we both did the Aarti at home. So it was very nice, and we got a Laddu Gopal deity. So I started doing seva for him. Like, I really enjoyed doing. I started stitching clothes for him, and every day I used to ensure that something was offered to him so that he is not left hungry. So slowly I could see myself change. I got that a small kind of affection for the Lord. Before it was not that. It was like, okay, I used to chant one round every day, 4 rounds every day, and I used to simply attend the Sunday program, nothing much more than that. At home, I was normal. I used to continue with my schoolwork, and some books, if I'm feeling very bored, I will read it. So, but later from my 8th standard, after that yatra, I made up my mind, okay, I will study Bhagavad Gita. I have to improve myself. They are and all reciting so many verses, and I have been in ISKCON for over 3 years now, and I know nothing. So I made up my mind, okay, we have to improve ourselves. So from 9th standard, we went for another yatra. That had a very huge impact on me. We went for a Ooty Rath Yatra. We had attended the Rath Yatra in Ooty. So that time I got the association of the Chennai devotees. There's Grace Jeevan Gaura Hari Prabhu, Bhavadani Mataji, Sukopi Mataji, and Narayan Prabhu, Vidya Mataji, and a lot more devotees. I have mentioned only a few. But when I got the association of them, I could feel another mood. Here the mood was to do a lot of seva. But then they had the mood of preaching to everyone. They were distributing books in the train, and continuously they were doing kirtan in the train. And I was like, they are doing kirtan in the train and everyone is listening and everyone is seeing us. I felt a very little awkward. But later I realized, okay, everyone are enjoying, so let me also enjoy. So I also started singing very loudly, and it was very fun. Then we attended the yatra, and there I got a lot of devotee friends. So that was when I got a good, strong connection of devotee friends, and they inspired me. They were reciting so many verses. They were. I did not learn many bhajans at that time, so they were chanting so many beautiful songs. They were singing it, and I was like, okay, I also have to learn these songs. So then I slowly started learning these songs from them. Then we attended the Chaitanya Charitamrita class in Krompet. So slowly we got established, got the association of these Chennai devotees, that is Chennai ISKCON devotees. So then every year during the month of January, for 3 days, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj, my parents' Guru Maharaj, he used to conduct Shravan Kirtan camp. So in Srirangam, it was conducted for 3 days, and slowly all these things had put in, like for a plant to grow, you have to add up everything. You have to provide it with sufficient water, soil, sunlight, manure, and all these insecticides, pesticides, so everything. So slowly all these things added up in my path to devotional service. So from my 9th to 10th, I started chanting 8 rounds every day. I was like, okay, so I have to improve. And I started, I directly went from 4 rounds to 8 rounds. And then in my 10th standard, first time I had met His Holiness Jayapatak Swami Maharaj. So that was the first time I met him in a Rath Yatra. He went by the car and I was standing next to him. And everyone was saying Maharaj had come. Okay, so I did not know. I just knew that one Maharaj was there. That is His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj, and I had seen Banu Maharaj in Chennai temple, so I knew them. And the first time I got introduced to His Holiness Jayapadak Swami Maharaj, and then I learned a lot about him, and I was very much inspired by him. And then I made up my mind, okay, I have to get a guru for myself. And at that time I realized that I should take Diksha from him, and I feel the presence of guru in him. Banu, His Holiness Banu Maharaj, Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj, everyone were great, but some sort of connection I could feel with His Holiness Jayapadak Swami Maharaj. So in my 10th grade, my peak of doing seva and chanting had increased a lot. My faith towards Krishna had increased a lot. So, and that was also a very crucial year. So I never missed up my aarti. Every day I used to attend. So we started doing Mangalati at home at 5 o'clock itself. So every day we used to attend the aarti. Then I started chanting, I will complete my 8 rounds. But that was the time, first time I had felt the need to balance between studies and devotional service. Because the schedule was completely packed up. We used to leave to school at 7. My van would come at 7:30, and we had special classes up to 6 in the evening. So we used to come back to home. I used to come back at home at about 7 p.m. So it was almost 12 hours we used to spend in school. And then so I felt, okay, I should not miss my rounds. I was not able to complete my chanting. That time I was feeling very sad because I was not able to complete my 8 rounds. So I asked my mom, what shall I do? So she said, okay, you take up a tally counter, and whenever you go in van, you don't talk with others, you chant. So I started chanting in the van. So every day morning I used to do 2 rounds. Then in the van I used to do 4 rounds. Then when I came back, I used to complete my other 2 rounds. So everyone in the van started asking me, what are you doing? What is the thing in your hand? And what are you chanting? Why are you not talking with us? All my friends started asking. So I told them I used to chant, right? So I'm chanting it. Why don't you go and do it at the home? They used to ask me. You talk? No. Fully we are studying. So at least now you refresh yourself. So then I said, no, you also refresh with me. Let's not talk about movies, songs, who's the best director, who's the best choreographer. So what I did was I started first time I started talking about Krishna towards others. So I generally before that we used to go to ISKCON temple Sunday. You also come. There's a festival. I used to give them the pamphlet, and if they came, I used to take care of them, make sure that they had prasad, and that's it. I did not force them to chant, or I did not tell anything much. But that time, first time in 10th, when I saw His Holiness Jayapadak Swami Maharaj, he was he was not in a very good condition physically at that time, but still he was literally having tears in his eyes during the Rath Yatra speech, and he was giving out lectures. I was like, how is he able to do such a thing when he is not in such a healthy condition? If I used to, if I had a fever or cold, I used to say, okay, I'm not able to chant, and I used to give up. I did not complete my rounds, and I did not mind about it much at that time. But when I met him for the first time, I realized, okay, whatever it is, Krishna is important and nothing else is important. If we put Krishna as the main goal in our life, then everything else will be set properly. So I realized the presence of Krishna and Guru Maharaj at that time. So I made up my mind, okay, I will never miss on chanting, and I will take up the preaching mood. So Prabhupada has done so much for us. At the age of 69, he left. He had been hit by a bull. Every day in the morning, he used to go in the cold weather to the printer office in Delhi, and he used to get his books printed. He traveled with all his heart problems. He used to go and preach so much over there. He did not have a good if we are very new to a place, we will not be feeling comfortable when we don't have some person with us. But so much. So Prabhupada has done so much, so we should not give up. So what I did was, I started telling out stories to all my friends. So in the van, we had about 7 to 8 people, my classmates. So I started telling stories to them. And they were very happy with all these stories. So it was refreshing for them also. And what they did was, okay, Kavya, now on you start the Katha class. So they had named it as Katha class. So every day in the evening, whenever we came back home, every day, that half an hour duration, I used to tell them stories, and they were all interested in the scientific drugs. Like if really there is a presence of soul, is taking reincarnation possible? So I was like, even I started researching a lot. I used to attend the SSR classes conducted by Sri Giridhari Prabhu. So I took up the content from it and I started telling more to them about it. And my parents used to read Bhagavatam very loudly. And whenever they used to read, I used to listen to it. So whatever I had listened to them, I started telling it out. And they were also very fascinated. Okay, really such a thing exists. So they also started, they said, okay, we will also chant with you. So what we used to do is, when I used to chant, 15 times they also chanted with me, and then they started talking. Then I used to tell them the stories. They would listen, and slowly this started continuing. So from my 10th, I started talking about Krishna. I started it like a small kind of preaching I was doing, and then in 10th standard, I really my grades were good. So that time I went, and first time I got the opportunity to meet His Holiness Jayapatak Swami Maharaj. He had come to the apartments, so in Sholingalur. So I got an opportunity to go and meet him. So Bhavadani Mataji had asked me to write up a small note for him. So what I did was, I did not know what to write. I just told Maharaj, this is Kavya, and I am really aspiring to take Diksha from you. And I am ready to do any seva which you give me. I really want to serve you, but I don't know how to serve you. I'm not capable of anything. I have not read many books. I don't know. I'm not very good in book distribution. I'm not good in cooking or making bhogas. So I'm not good in kirtan. So whatever seva you give me, I'm ready to do it. And please bless me. I have written my 10th board exams and I want to get good results. And he was in that other side of the screen. And when he got my letter, his servant had read it out, and he said, Hare Krishna, Kavya, I bless you. And I was like, literally tears flowed from my eyes. First time, it was like I had really, I was, still now I get goosebumps when I talk about it. And I really made up my mind. Whatever happens, I have to serve Guru Maharaj, I have to serve Prabhupada, and I'm going to take up my bhakti to a really serious level. And I will start giving up for all these. I used to still, till my 10th, I used to eat out. My parents did not, but they never forced me to give up all this. I used to eat out whenever we went out. So I made up my mind, okay, I have to improve myself. So what I did was, I said, okay, I will do it step by step. And first thing which I gave up was, I will give up all these packed food. I will stop eating all these chips and all these items which we buy from the bakery. So I will reduce. I will leave it. So I left it for the first time. So I prayed to Guru Maharaj, I'm going to give it up from today. So please give me the strength so that I can continue it throughout. And then I left it. And I felt some changes. Like, okay, this is good. Nothing will go on. That is, I'm not at a loss. So I was very happy with it. Then I came to my 11th standard. 11th standard, when we went to Chennai temple, there the pujari who is doing seva for Radha Krishna and Lalita Vishaka, he asked me, what's your name? So I said, Kavya. And what are you doing? So I'm now in my 11th grade. So how many rounds do you chant? He asked me. So I said, I'm chanting 8 rounds. He said, what do you do the whole day? Why only 8 rounds? I was like, I have to study and I have a lot of subjects to do. And I really love co-curricular activities. I used to go to the sports in my school. I was athlete, badminton player, and I really loved, I'm very passionate about dance. So I regularly attended my dance classes. Even in my 10th grade, I never missed it up. It was really refreshing. So in my 10th also, I used to go to music classes and dance classes. So I said I had a lot of classes, so I'm able to chant only 8 rounds. And I make sure that I complete my 8 rounds. So he said, no, you have to chant 60. So I was like, but it will be difficult. How will I be able to do 60? So I said to him, okay, I will try my best. He said, do the Mangalarti for a short period of time and you start chanting. Complete 16 rounds. I was like, okay, he's telling me some instruction is coming up. So I made up my mind, okay, we'll start chanting, but not 16. I'll go up to 12 rounds. So in my 11th and 12th grade, I started chanting 12 rounds. And every day in the evening, the same classes started continuing. So, and many small kids in the bus also, they also started listening to my classes. So many, around 20 kids came up in the bus, and they also started listening to all these stories. So everyone, they started asking for classes in the morning also. So whenever we went from home to school, I used to tell them stories. And when we returned from school to home, I used to tell them stories. I used to talk about many things and about Krishna. They also used to chant along with me. And so it was the first step of my preaching. So it started developing slowly. Then in my 12th grade, again, I got an opportunity to meet Guru Maharaj. And then again, I wrote a small letter for him. And in that letter also, I asked the same thing. I want to do some seva. And but I did not get a response for that letter. But they told that Maharaj had read that letter. So I was very happy. And then during my 12th board exams, I was like, okay, fine, that's it. 12th is going to get over. So we are going from school to college. And I was like, okay, I will do CA. And I took up that course. And it was the COVID time. So we had online classes. And I enrolled for CA and I started getting my classes. So when I was at home, I got a lot of time. I did not have to travel anywhere. So I made up my mind, okay, whatever classes I used to take in the school van, I will take it up in online mode. So online classes were coming up. So what I did was, I called my friends and I asked them every Sunday if they are free, they will attend any classes. And they will say, okay, the same class which you used to take in bus, so I will also come up. So I got a Google Meet link. I used to send them every Sunday evening, 6 to 7:30, 1.5 hours. We used to chant, and then I used to tell the same classes. I started taking up the SSR classes and Bhagavad Gita classes for them. So I also started reading a lot of books in lockdown, and Ramayana, Mahabharata, Prabhupada's books slowly, one by one, I had read, but I read it thoroughly in the lockdown period. I read Bhagavad Gita twice, and then I started reading Bhagavatam. And so now I'm reading. I have not in touch very much, but I'm again starting to read Bhagavatam. And so this is how I have come up in life from my 5th standard to up to 19 years now. And now I have got my shelter from His Holiness Jayapada Swami Guru Maharaj. And it was very nice. And this is what, I'm not a very great devotee. This is what I had in life. So all these 9 years, whatever I have experienced, I got a lot of service. We did the flower abhisheka, that seva of sticking, distributing books, doing the Damodar Puja at school. So in my 12th grade, I was a head girl and I got an opportunity. My mom had asked me, you go and ask your principal for conducting a Damodar Puja at your school. So I was like, okay, something I have to do. Let everyone light lamp. So I went and asked my principal, and I called my mom also to ask the permission, and they gave the permission. So in our school is a very small school, and it had a strength of about 1,027 students, along with 54 staffs. So they all got the opportunity to light the lamp during the Damodar month. So that 1 year was very nice. And all the things which I have got in my life was only because of my Guru Maharaj and Krishna. And I really thank my parents for what they have. I really got the devotional service in a very easy manner. So I did not realize the importance of it in the early years. And later I realized it. And now I have realized it even more. When I am able to see that my friends, how they are into their college life, the materialistic view of teenagers. So when I am seeing that, I feel I am in a safe hands. I am not into any bad things or destructive things. And I'm really very happy to be a part of ISKCON. And I cherish every moment. And I'm really thankful for getting such a wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much. I have taken up a lot of time. Sorry. And
Hari Bol Mataji, Hari Bol Kavya Mataji.
Hari Bol Mataji.
Hari Bol Kavya
Really,
Mataji.
really
Hari
listening
Bol.
to your experience.
Hari Bol
Really, it
Mataji.
is so
Very, very
nice.
nice. Very inspiring.
Soulful. It is
Enjoyed
really
it.
It's not only you that got goosebumps, Mataji. We also got goosebumps so many times.
Yeah,
That was
the
great.
way you narrate.
Very good. Thank you,
Yeah,
Akshaya
great.
Mataji.
Hari
Sorry,
Bol
we are all
Mataji.
butting in, but we just can't help ourselves. We have to, after listening to
Yeah.
her, I think we just forgot. We just had to express ourselves. Thank you.
Very inspiring, Mataji.
so
Young
if
Mataji.
anyone wants to join, you can continue. You can also join. I will send the Google Meet classes. You can also join. Now about 10 to 12 people are attending. And yeah, anyone, any new person, I would like to preach. I am preaching for kids between 10 to 19 years. That is the time when they all have a great change in their life. I have personally seen my friends, those who were listening to the classes from 10th standard to 12th, after 12th, they were not ready to take up. No. How many times will you tell the stories about Krishna? So that was what they told. And that time I realized, okay, I am in a safe hands. I have come to ISKCON. I am not doing any bad things. I am not addicted to any like bad habits or things. And in train, in college, wherever I meet, I see people, how they are getting changed in that phase of life. And this teenage life was very useful for me, being a part of ISKCON. I have experienced, I have unleashed my potential in these years. And I really thank my parents, devotees, and Guru Maharaj and Prabhupada and Krishna, who has blessed me and he has given his mercy so that I can practice his devotion service. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Really, we are blessed to hear you, Mataji. Really blessed. Your inspiration
All your
from
associations.
a child to a person of 80 years. I'm telling you. We need your blessings.
No, Mataji, no.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
No. You're great soul, Mataji. Really inspired. You're getting Hari Bol, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Kavya Mataji. Actually, I'm 17 now, and like I could connect with everything you said, like the influence from friends, from everything, like the studies influencing our devotional services. Like I also got into KC in this lockdown only. Like I got it really easily because my parents were already into the spiritual side. So I'm feeling now that I couldn't realize the importance of KC in my life. But after listening to you, it was such an eye-opening lecture. I could understand and relate with many things because we both almost we are both the same age, and we are almost peers. So I really need your blessings, Mataji, to improve this part.
Nothing like that. It's just Prabhupada and Maharaj's mercy. Everyone will have it.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. We are blessed to have your association in this meeting.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please do send the Google Meet link, Mataji, to us. We would like to come to your lectures.
I took a break of 1 month for my exams, and yesterday when my exams were over, my friends were like, okay, when are you coming up? Are you going to start the classes now? Okay, yeah. In the train also, they were all coming up and they were asking, okay, fine, I have to start again. So I'll do it.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Now, to recite 10 main slogas from the chapters 2 and 3, we have Kiranmay Sandeep Mataji and Akshaya Balasubramanya Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Chapter 2, text 69. Ya nisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagrati samyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato munehe ya nisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagrati samyami तस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. Translation: what is night for all beings in the time of awakening for the self-control, and the time of awakening for all beings in night for the introspective stage. यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणो अन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्म बन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर. यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्म बन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर. Translation: work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain free from bondage. अन्नाद् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्याद् अन्नसम्भवः यज्ञाद् भवति पर्जन्यो यज्ञः कर्म समुद्भवः. अन्नाद् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्याद् अन्नसम्भवः यज्ञाद् भवति पर्जन्यो यज्ञः कर्म समुद्भवः. Translation: all living bodies subsist on food grains which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by performance of yajna, sacrifice, and yajna is born of prescribed duties. यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठस्तत्तदेवेतरो जनः सयत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तत्तनुवर्तते. यद्यदाचरते श्रेष्ठस्तत्तदेवेतरो जनः सयत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते. Translation: whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. In whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैर्कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारविमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते. प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैर्कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारविमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते. Translation: the spirit soul, bewildered by the influence of false ego, thinks himself the doer of activities that are in actuality carried out by the three modes of material nature.
Hare Krishna. Sloka 3.37. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kama Isha Krodha Isha Rajoguna Samudbhavaha Mahasano Mahapapma Vidya Eva Miha Vairinam. Translation: the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is all devouring sinful enemy of this world. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manu Ikshvakave Bravit. Translation: the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivasvan, and Vivasvan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshvaku. Evam Parampara Praptam Imam Rajasya Viduhu Sakale Neha Mahata Yogo Nastaha Parantapa. Translation: this supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. Evayam mayatedya yoga prokta purantanaha bhakto sine sakha seti rahasyam he etad uttamam.
Translation: that very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you because you are my devotee as well as my friend and can therefore understand the transcendental mystery of this science. Ajo api san avyayatma bhutanam ishvaro api san prakritim swayam adhistaya sambhavami atma mayaya. Translation: although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all the living entities, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. Hare Krishna. Matajis and Prabhuji, please forgive me if I have read out something wrong in the slokas, and thanks for giving me this opportunity. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Matajis. Dandavad pranams. Thank you so much, Matajis. Our special review session of chapters 5 and 6 comes to an end. Thank you to all devotees for taking part in the session. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpadrupyasya kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam bhavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gurudev ki jai. Kalanidhi Prabhu ki jai. Kavya Mataji ki jai. Prema Bhakti Mataji ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Gaur Premanande. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna to all devotees. Thank you, devotees, for participating in this session. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Akshaya Mataji, for carrying it through so nicely. Hari Bol to you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. All Krishna's mercy, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.